Este video tiene dos partes. La primera parte es un repaso del subjuntivo. La segunda parte es algo nuevo para ustedes, es el pasado subjuntivo. So this video has two parts. The first half is going to be a review of what you already know about subjunctive, and then the second part is going to be the new lesson for you, which is the past subjunctive. Pues sabemos ya que usamos el subjuntivo cuando tenemos dos cláusulas divididas con que, dos sujetos diferentes y una razón. Y las razones que ustedes saben son wish, want, emotional reaction, impersonal expression, recommendation, doubt, denial, ojalá. Ustedes también aprendieron que usamos el subjuntivo algunas veces después de las cláusulas adverbiales. Tenemos dech y tenemos escapa. We know that with dech, after those clauses, we'll have subjunctive if we can decide that that is a future action. If it's a past action or it's a habitual action, then we do not use the subjunctive. We use the indicative. With escapa, those clauses will always have subjunctive after them. You cannot escape using the subjunctive after these clauses. Ahora vamos a hablar del pasado subjuntivo. So up until now, you have always used presente subjuntivo. You've always used the present subjunctive. If you think back to the things that we've talked about when we've used subjunctive, it's always been present tense. For example, a wish or a want would be something like, my parents want for me to clean my room. When do they want me to clean my room? Now. So it would be something like, mis padres quieren que yo limpie mi habitación. That's all present tense, present indicative, present subjunctive. If it's an impersonal expression, it's something like, es una buena idea que ustedes practiquen su español afuera de la escuela. It is a good idea now, es, present tense, that you all practice now, present tense, subjunctive, your Spanish outside of school. Ahora vamos a aprender cómo usar el pasado subjuntivo. Pues es lo mismo. Usamos cuando tenemos dos cláusulas divididas con que, dos sujetos diferentes y una razón. However, the first verb in that first clause you see has changed. If it's in the past or in the conditional in the first clause, then you have to use the past subjunctive in the second clause. The reasons are the same, everything's the same, except for the tenses. Instead of being present and present, it's past and past. Unos ejemplos. Mis padres preferían, and that's in the imperfect, que yo estudiara medicina. Estudiara is the past subjunctive of estudiar. My parents preferred that I study medicine. Yo insistí en que vosotros fuerais conmigo. I insisted that y'all came with me. Preterite and then past subjunctive. Siempre dudábamos que ellas hicieran las paces. So imperfect and then past subjunctive. The underlined words are your past subjunctive. Okay, so two clauses divided by que, two different subjects and a reason, just like always. También con las cláusulas adverbiales, so with your adverbial clauses. However, one side, either dech or escapa, will not ever be used with past subjunctive. Which one is it? Clearly, dech, because it's a future action. Well, if we're talking about the past, then those would not go together. So with the other clauses, en caso de que, sin que, con tal de que, antes de que, para que, a menos de que, you can't escape the subjunctive. If you're talking about the past, it can still be in the subjunctive here. It would just have to be the past subjunctive. Unos ejemplos son, mi padre fue a la playa con ellos en caso de que construyeran un castillo de arena. My dad went to the beach with them in case they built a sandcastle. My dad loves to build sandcastles. So those are the first clauses in the past, which means after the adverbial clause, it's going to be in the past subjunctive. Íbamos a salir para que te durmieras. Past and past. We were going to leave so that you could sleep. And then the last one. En caso de que hubiera un puesto, yo le mandé mi solicitud. So in case there was a job or a position, I sent him my application. Again, all of your past subjunctives are underlined. Construyeran, durmieras, hubiera. Y otro uso del pasado subjuntivo. So far we've got our two clauses divided by K, two different subjects and a reason, all in the past. We've got our adverbial clauses, just escapa, and then we have also if clauses. So these are hypothetical situations, and these use past subjunctive as well. The past subjunctive will always follow the if part. So, si yo tuviera la oportunidad, yo iría a España. You're going to use an if clause and the past subjunctive, and then along with that, you're going to have to use the conditional because you're talking about a hypothetical situation. The first one says, if I had the opportunity, I would go, conditional is what someone would do, I would go to Spain. Contratarías a muchas personas si fueras el jefe. You would hire many people if you were the boss. So there's your if, si, and there's fueras, the past subjunctive. Si pudiéramos, viajaríamos a Costa Rica. If we could, there's your if, there's your past subjunctive, we would travel to Costa Rica. So let's talk about, vamos a hablar de las conjugaciones. Let's talk about how we conjugate. I've given you all of the examples that we've used in this presentation so far. Mis padres preferían que yo estudiara. Vosotros fuerais. Ellas hicieran. Construyeran. Durmieras. Hubiera. Tuviera. Fueras. And pudiéramos. Hopefully you're thinking, this looks familiar. A lot of this I think I could pick up on. I'm hoping that you can pick up on the conjugations. Y estas son las conjugaciones. Empezamos en la tercera persona plural del pretérito pasado, menos o, n, y más a, as, a, amos, ais, an. Con amos, con la forma de nosotros, tenemos que añadir un acento sobre la última vocal de la raíz. So, we always, when we conjugate in the past subjunctive, we start in the third person plural of the preterite, like hicieron. And then we drop the on, and you add these new endings. So it would be hiciera, hicieras, hiciera, hiciéramos, and there would be an accent on the I, hiciéramos, because that's the last vowel of the stem. Hicierais and hicieran, okay? Are there irregular past subjunctive? No. Yay! So exciting. The only time you'll have an irregular in the past subjunctive is if the verb happens to be irregular in the preterite form. So there are lots of irregular preterites. Anything that's irregular in the third person plural preterite is going to look kind of irregular in the past subjunctive. But it's just carrying over from the preterite. So if you know your preterite, you're good. If you don't, you've got some studying to do. Okay, al fin. Gracias.